What is up, fellas? We are officially live. Yep, we are officially live. Thanks to our good friends over at StreamYard. But y'all know me. I don't like wasting time. So I'm just going to get into it right here, right now. Because the New York Knicks are doing something absolutely poetic right now. And wherever you are in this world, whatever you're doing, I think it's human nature that all of us at some point in our lives have felt like an underdog, right? Like we've all been overlooked. We've all felt forgotten, left behind. And for that reason, if you're a fan of basketball and maybe your team's eliminated, maybe you guys didn't make the playoffs, whatever, let the Knicks just be your sense of basketball joy for the time being. And the reason I say that, and a lot of people are saying Knicks fans are crazy right now, like we don't know how to act, like we've never been this good, and that is certainly true. But of this core group of Knicks right now, the only Knick drafted inside the top 20 was Dante DiVincenzo. Jalen Brunson was a second-round pick. Deuce McBride, second-round pick. Mitchell Robinson, second-round pick. Hartenstein, second-round pick. Played 3 years in the G League, right? Hartenstein played 3 years in the G League. Bogdanovich, second-round pick, bounced around the league. OG Anunoby, late first-round pick. Precious was a 20th overall pick. And Jalen Brunson is in an MVP type season right now. We were told his style wouldn't work in the NBA. We were told the Knicks overpaid for him, and you don't give small guards that type of money. And if you're in the chat right now, please let me know what you think of what I'm saying here. And on top of that, Jalen Brunson, like I said, MVP type season, he's not going to get MVP votes. So they're still underdogs. They could be they're the 2 seed. They could be the 1 seed. It wouldn't matter. They're still going to be overlooked. Bogdanovich has bounced around the league. Hartenstein, 3 years in the G League. And if you're a fan of underdogs, this is most definitely the team for you. They're hard not to root for. It's a very likable group of guys. And we're going to get Jason's thoughts on it in just a moment whenever he gives me the thumbs up that he is A-OK and ready to go. But I'm very curious. So, chat, please let me know what you guys think here, because to me, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm biased. It's hard for me to say. But the feeling that I have is this is just genuinely a likable group of guys that's very easy to root for. And with that, my good friend Jason Cole, what's up, my brother?
Yo, what's good, Hank? How you doing, King?
I'm all good. Now that I see your face, I do miss you, I must say.
Thanks, man. I gotta get back to the town soon. I miss you too, King.
I miss you,
What's
my
good?
boy. But,
How you living?
I'm living good. Knicks are living even better. But Jalen Brunson's struggling right now, and you're a trainer who has trained some of the most elite shooting talents that the New York tri-state area has to offer, including myself. What do you tell a guy like Jalen Brunson, who's in the slump that he is in right now as a trainer?
Just to continue to be confident in his abilities. You know, 1 game or 2 games don't define him. Obviously, it's the playoffs, so you look at it different. But he's a natural leader, and he's been the leader of this group. So he just has to remain aggressive and keep shooting the same shots he's been taking, because if he shies away from it, he might put his team in a difficult situation, because they're looking for him to lead.
Yeah. But here's the saving grace in it all, and that's that, my God, Jalen Brunson had 2 of the most inefficient games I've ever seen him play in my life. OG Anunoby wasn't particularly great, and the Knicks are up 2-0 heading to Philadelphia. So you have to feel really confident. And I agree with what you're saying. Like, if you're Jalen, you can't stop attacking, because you're gonna keep drawing defenders no matter what, and they're not gonna play off of you. So you have to keep attacking, keep finding open shooters. Josh Hart has turned into Steph Curry. How about that?
My son letting it go. He is letting it go. I will say this. Listen, you were right. They are playing so much better without Julius Randle. They are playing so good that Jalen Brunson can have a shit 2 games and they still up 2-0 against the defending MVP.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Says a lot. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not a big believer in Philly. I never was. I thought the Knicks was gonna beat them from the beginning of the series because Joel Embiid came back late, and I just don't think he's in game shape right now. To miss that many games and come back, the speed of the game is just too much right now. Now he's still gonna give you 30,
Yeah.
but he's not being as effective as he could be if
Right.
he didn't miss that many games.
And you very wisely pointed out that once again I was right. I did say that the Knicks would be better without Julius Randle, and it's not like look, like I don't want to be right about this. You know what I mean? Because I like Julius Randle. I think he's a good person. Like I'd love to see him do well in New York. But the reality is, the more the Knicks win, the more they're going to have to pressure themselves to ask themselves some really difficult questions about Julius Randle. And let me say this, because ask yourself, and I don't want to hear, I don't want just yes or no, like bare root question, or excuse me, answer. Are the Knicks a better defensive team when Julius Randle is off of the floor? Yes or no?
Looks like it.
Does the ball move more on offense when Julius Randle is off the floor? Yes or no?
Yes.
Two big things to consider. It doesn't mean Julius Randle isn't a really good player. It doesn't mean I don't want him in New York. But you're a trainer. You understand the game at a high level. I like to think I understand the game at a high level. And those two things are very obvious. They're better defensively. The ball moves more. Take it for what it is. I'm not saying that means you have to move on. But those are pretty clear facts, I would say.
So if you're getting rid of him, right, what are you actually looking for to get in return?
It's a great question. And that's why I hate to like bash the guy when he's injured and not playing, because it's true. What do you get for him? And what can you get for him at this point? Because now, because of his contract, it's almost one of those situations where you're thanking someone for taking a bad contract off of your hands, and you're gonna have to throw in a first round pick. So you have to be very careful in how you move. But what would I want? I mean, I have a theory. I don't know when he's a free agent, but I would take Klay Thompson on a veteran's minimum.
I would too.
And he might be at that point in his career.
That's a great pickup, not a good pickup.
And imagine for a moment you have this deep Knicks roster, and you can have Klay Thompson coming off the bench giving you 15, 20 solid minutes a game next year.
Not bad, not bad.
Who says no?
Nobody. You don't say no to shooting.
Exactly. And I want to shift gears, though, because I think this is maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm thinking way too much into the mental aspect of the playoffs in the NBA, but I feel like the Knicks have a significant mental edge heading to Philadelphia, knowing that our guys are responsible for two of those banners that are hanging in the Wells Fargo Center. I think the Knicks have a mental edge heading to Philadelphia because of that. Maybe I'm crazy, but when that ball tips off, there's only a few guys on that court who've won a championship in any capacity, and they're on the visiting team, my friend.
I would agree with you. And I mean, just the simple fact that the Stars they weren't starring. You feel me? For the Knicks. Mm-hmm. You got beat without JB going crazy, which is, if you contain him, you think you win.
Yeah.
So,
well, you see what I'm saying, though? The mental edge, because the Villanova guys.
Yeah. Yes. The Nova crew.
Yeah.
Nova crew is chip.
Yeah. I'm serious. I think it's
You don't remember that? When we talked about the chemistry that they was going to be building? Because knowing that these guys played together in college, imagine how hard they're going to play for each other in the pros.
Right. And I'm serious. The mental edge thing, knowing that the only banners hanging in that place are because of you guys. That's a real thing.
Yeah, Joel Embiid going to be salty.
Maybe that's like the fan in me, like just being petty and like my disdain for Philadelphia as a sports city. But the Knicks, that's our home court as far as I'm concerned. That's a Villanova court. That's the only team in Philadelphia that's seen titles, and it's because of the guys playing in New York. It's not because of Philadelphia.
Yeah, JB going to be like, this my hood. This my home.
Exactly.
Agree.
Well, anyway, though we have somebody waiting for us here. I think of all the people in my life, this guy's probably the most sick and tired of hearing me talk about the Knicks. And I don't know. All I'm saying is worry about you. You got your hands full with your situation, Miami and Boston, brother. So don't worry about our team. We're up 2-0. I think you're the one who needs to worry a little bit more than us. And without further ado, let me welcome on my boy, Jaime Gutierrez. What's up, brother?
What's up? Listen, I'm getting straight to it. No,
Yeah.
I don't need no introduction, no nothing. I was anticipating getting into his room. I was like, hit the enter chat already. Let me get in here quick. Come on, man. Listen.
Yo, he said no introduction. What's good,
Yo,
baby?
listen, all I'm gonna say is this. This is all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna only say it once. And Henry's heard me say this plenty of times.
Yeah.
I just don't like the annoying Knick fan. That's it. That's it. Guys, you haven't won in decades. Not years, decades.
You gotta love the energy, though. We from New York, baby. This how we get up.
Listen to me. I respect the passion. I respect the fan base. You know, top of the line because it's the Mecca, Madison Square Garden, New York. But listen, bottom line, yeah, we're down 1-0. Game about to start. You guys are up 2-0. And by the way, I want to ask you both because both of you guys know basketball, right? Even though you got that soccer jersey on here, but we know you got basketball. Was it not a timeout? It was a timeout. Clearly seen through the right-hand side. Nick Nurse, Maxey holding the ball with both hands. It was a timeout. But listen, it's the game. No excuses.
Calls that were missed. They said there were multiple calls that were missed.
It's fine. Listen, it's fine. Things happen. I played, organized, with refs and missed calls and all that. But you got to play the game. You got to play through it. No excuses. But at the end of the day, I just want you guys to know, you guys haven't won anything in decades. That's it. So don't come at me talking about we're up 2-0, we got our own issues, our own problems. I just don't want you guys to be in the second round down 3-1 talking about, oh man, my Knicks, it's just another year, we got to get it together. And I'm like, no, then stay calm, collective, and just take a deep breath, enjoy the moment, and then we'll see what happens. That's it. I can exit the chat now, by the
way. Well said. I appreciate the advice. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm going to jot that one down and start thinking about that. But to answer your first point, yeah, he called a timeout. What can you do? He hesitated. He fucked up because he should have called the timeout as soon as they were about to inbound the ball. He should have known that was a disaster, and that's when he should have called the timeout. Did he call one? Yes. But brother should have called one right away, I think. That's my opinion.
Yo, Jaime, you can't cough the shit up at that.
No, I agree.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, you got to be.
You cannot.
It needs to be here.
You should
look at the stance. Look, that's the elementary middle school stance. That's like
to be here.
You teaching the kid right there. That's the double. Like my little basketball. It's like you gotta hold the ball like that, man. You know what I'm saying?
He choked, bro. He choked, and it's
no. Listen, I agree. It is what it is. Like I said, you gotta play through it. They forgot a timeout, call timeout at the moment. They fumbled the bag. They fumbled the ball. They even if I get it. But even at that, the Knicks missed a 3 and they still didn't get the rebound. So it could have been just like the Sixers get the rebound and it's over. So, a lot had to happen. And again, you got to play through the game. You got to play. It is what it is. But at the end of the day,
6 seconds up 5.
Yeah. No, I agree. And all I'm saying is this, that good win by the Knicks. They're up 2-0. I have nothing to say about that. But just, I just want to make sure you got the same energy. Come second round, if you're down 2-0 or 3-1, I don't want, because all my Knicks fans go into hiding like a little crap show. They just go, they just disappear. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to see the same energy, because Henry, this. I kept my mouth shut last year during our run in the Heat. I was like, hey, we making it. We gotta continue to play. Even when they were playing Denver, I said we don't got enough for Denver. Like that's a tall task.
Yeah.
I would have
Yeah.
loved for my Heat to win, but that's a tall task. You know what I'm saying?
So tell me what you see happening right here with Boston. A broom series?
No, look, without Butler, I said 7-game series and Heat could take it. Seven
Without
games with Butler. With Butler.
with
I
Butler.
said with Butler, 7-game series, and that he could potentially take it. Without Butler, I'm looking maybe hopefully at a 4-2, Celtics. But I will say this: I think I did tell Henry this in the beginning of the year or when we talked first basketball. Celtics Heat, no matter what round they faced, that was gonna be your Eastern Conference Finals representative in the finals, in
Yeah.
my opinion, because
Agreed.
Celtics have talent and the Heat have the heart. And in the playoffs, that means a lot. And they both play defense. They're both really good defensive teams this year. You know what I'm saying? So,
I just,
but I mean, look, the Knicks are playing. I'm not gonna hate. I'm not gonna come on here and hate. The Knicks are playing good. They got Tom, the most hated coach that nobody wants to play for. But hey, it's because of defense. I saw Henry's comments. How about that's what's wrong with the NBA now? But he's got him playing well. Tom's got him playing well, and let's see what happens. But the series ain't over, guys.
No.
And like
no.
we say in basketball, a series hasn't begun until you went on the road. So
Exactly.
you guys took 2 games at home. Philly's got to, come up now. If you guys take it on Philly, yeah, it's almost. It's
I
almost,
mean, look, me and Henry just finished talking about it when JB DiVincenzo and my son Hart walk into the Wells Fargo Arena and they see they banners and shit. They just gonna be like, I'm at the crib.
He's
Easy
right.
food tonight.
He's right.
Easy food tonight.
Do you think that's at all a mental advantage, Jaime?
I always think in basketball, there's some sort of mental advantage. Like I'm telling you right now, the reason I say that the Celtics Heat have gone 7 games is because I know a few people who know a few people, and they've said, hey, that thing is real. The Celtics got that in their head that like nobody wants to play the Heat. Again, repeat with Butler, but without Butler, it's a different story. Butler's kind of I want to say the heart and the soul of the team, but Butler's a big
For
piece. You know what I'm saying? He's the dog when getting people's faces, and I mean it sucks. It really sucks because as basketball fans, that we are, I think everybody would have wanted to see a full Celtics and a full Heat team because it would have been a nice series, regardless who won. It would have just been a nice series to watch.
Yeah, we I think as fans we deserve that. But the one thing I'll say about the Boston Miami series is just because Jimmy Butler isn't there, it doesn't mean it's any less of a coaching mismatch. And that's the question that you have to be worried about if you're a Celtics fan, because just because Butler's gone, well, Spoelstra still can run circles around Missoula. Nothing in that regard is changing. Like you probably think about that as a Heat fan, no?
Yeah, I do. I mean, Spo, obviously the most loved coach in the NBA that everybody wants to play for. No, I mean, yeah, Spo's. I mean, look, the other day when Spo, I don't remember the time in the NBA where somebody ran a 1-3-1 zone. That's crazy, But he thinks about it on the fly, and he's like, "Yo, let me just gonna run this zone and see what happens." Obviously, it didn't he didn't just think about it at that time. Looking at film, the guy comes from film. The guy comes from watching film. Under Pat Riley. You know what I'm saying? So he's probably looking at that film and saying, "All right, let me see what I could throw at these guys."
Yeah,
but there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of talent in Boston, man.
I
And I think
say that you can't sit here and say coaching matters when they just really way more talented than
no, without a doubt. And look, and a lot of people say, and I told my boys this, a lot of people say that Drew Holiday was the main piece against the Heat. He wasn't, or he isn't. It's Porzingis. It's Porzingis. Porzingis is the main piece.
He's the X factor.
Yes, because he's 7'3", lengthy, could shoot the three, could look around the court space, pass the ball. It's difficult to guard that.
Robert Williams last year.
Yeah,
who was great for them, but this guy is even better.
Yeah. He moves. He's not
5 people on the court. Al Horford hit 2 threes every night.
No, I get you.
They got 5 dudes on the court at all times hitting 3-point shots.
Yeah, I mean, they were I think number 1, right, in the NBA this year, hitting 3-pointers or whatever.
Killing.
So, but I mean, listen, since we're on NBA talk, I don't know how much longer I got, but I'm a little disappointed in my Suns, man. Damn, I thought Bradley Beal and Booker and Durant was gonna work. I was wrong, So I'll take my L there to all my people who I said that the Suns were gonna be a nice squad. Down, huh?
I got something for you though. Tell me what you think about them trying out IT as the point guard, like allowing IT, who
But
they
like
just.
now, you talking about now, like inserting him now?
I'm saying you got to give him some sort of play because he's an actual point.
Yeah,
I feel
he's
like
a playmaker.
Beal, Booker, KD, they all score the ball well, right? But they need somebody to get them in spots. When they don't have that, they have to create their own shot, which is exhausting and playing on the other end too, and something that they just not used to. They always had a point man that could alleviate that pressure for them. And I just feel like they're not doing that. Bradley is not a real, he's not a true point guard. Let me not say
No,
real.
listen, I agree with you. I tease my boy. Shout out to Isaiah Thomas. Play for USA basketball. I mean, no, I agree with you. It's not bad. That's not a bad take. I mean, he's a true point. Brings out the ball. Scopes the court.
Right.
Sets the tone. For the offense. Not a bad,
But
but I just
they need to push it.
yeah, no, a good 100. I just don't know what Frank Vogel's gonna do now. I mean, like I said, it's a tall task. It's a tall task.
Similar to the Knicks, right? When JB hasn't played well and they still up 2-0. Anthony Edwards hasn't played well this second game and they up 2-0. It's like, what else can the Suns do? They got to do something. They got to try something out because what ain't working.
No, you're right. You're right. 100%. 100%.
Timberwolves is a joke.
Hey, listen, I got since my boy Henry got the soccer jersey on, I got a soccer question for him.
Right? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So I saw around floating in the internet, my boy Luis Diaz from Colombia, supposedly to Barcelona. True or not true? I don't know. I just I don't follow soccer that heavy, but I do follow my Colombian guys.
Yeah. It's so tough for me to say. My question would be, with what money is Barcelona going to pay for Luis Diaz? It's tough because financially, I know it's no secret the club's in a very difficult position. They just announced Xavi is coming back this year after, announcing earlier this season that they were going to part ways at the end of the year. Barcelona have a lot of questions to answer this summer. And to me, if I'm them, I love Luis Diaz. He's one of my favorite players to watch. But he's such a luxury piece that they have much more obvious holes that they need to fill before they go after that one, because they have no problem scoring. That's not the problem with them. Like they have some big time questions to answer. But I would love to see him in La Liga. Put it that way. I would love to see him there. And he's as talented of a winger as there is in this game. And his story obviously is incredible. He shows the fuck up for Colombia. I would love to see him in La Liga, but no, I find that one to be unlikely, if I'm being honest. I could be wrong, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I just had to throw it out there.
That's your boy.
You're my soccer guru too. You're my soccer guy. I gotta go to my soccer guy.
I appreciate that more than you probably realize. Yeah, but we'll begin to wrap up here. But the last thing I kind of want to just touch on before we sign off, I know you're a Heat fan, and I know it's the Knicks rival, but the thing I opened the show with, I was saying how if you're not a fan of any of the teams left in the playoffs, don't the Knicks in some way come across as a very likable and very rootable group of guys, given that a lot of them were second-round picks? Hartenstein spent 3 years in the G League. Jalen Brunson's been overlooked like his whole life, and he's having an MVP-type season. Josh Hart was a late first-round pick. Bogdanovich been bounced around the league. Like, it's a bunch of guys who are kind of on their, I don't want to say redemption, but it's a bunch of overlooked guys coming together. And it's not the most talented roster, but it's one of the most complementary rosters in the league right now. And couple it with, they all played together in college, and they're seemingly a group of gritty guys. Tell me this isn't like a very on-brand, likable Knicks team. Come on.
Henry, that sounded like a homer take. That's like, come on, buy into my Knicks. You're like, buy into my Knicks. Listen, I'm from Miami, man. 305, baby. So hell no, that ain't happening. All right. Knicks, no way. All right. But I will give you a squad that you're like, damn, you know what? That squad, kind of the personalities of the guys, and it might be an odd take, and the youngest, but OKC to me comes like that squad, OKC comes to my squad like that. If you're not a guy, girl, person rooting in the basketball game right now, you probably look at that squad and you're like, oh damn, a bunch of cool kids kind of like trying to win. I'm gonna root for the not gonna say the underdog, because Shea's, I mean, he's damn near an MVP. But then you got the younger guys, the Chet, the Giddy, you know what I'm saying, the Dort. Like, you're like, damn, these guys, not to the point of the Knicks where like second rounders, gritty guys, but then again, I'm talking like you talking Homer, and there's no way a Miami guy is gonna be like, let's go Knicks. No, not
No
happening.
way.
Not
I feel that
Nah.
way about the Pacers.
The Pacers because of Reggie back in the day. I feel you.
No, I feel that way right now about.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Like I would root for those guys because I feel like they're just a bunch of guys just coming together for one common goal. Being led by a guy at Halliburton who nobody saw or thought was going to be.
Yeah.
Pascal Siakam got there, he's killing. Obi Toppin got there, he's killing.
I mean, I don't know how you guys let go of Obi too, man. Obi was, played for my boy Anthony Grant in Dayton, and I don't know how you guys, huh?
I love Anthony.
Yeah. It's Miami, man. The guy's Miami, the Miami guy. But I don't know why. I think you guys could have kept him around, Obi.
Yeah, but ultimately that's what opened the way for DiVincenzo. And I don't think any Knicks fan would rather have, Obi than DiVincenzo. But I did like Obi for what it's worth, but DiVincenzo is overachieving at the perfect time. Like, this is unbelievable how he's playing right now.
Facts.
I agree.
Yeah. All right. Well, chat, let us know who you guys got winning the finals this year. But more importantly, how far you have the Knicks going, because we would absolutely love to know. Like, subscribe, do all that dirty work. And if you happen to want to be a streamer like how we are doing here, check the bottom of the description of this YouTube video, because there is a referral link for StreamYard. They take care of us, make life so easy doing these wonderful broadcasts. So check that link if you're interested in doing similar stuff. You get a discount as well when you do it. But any last words from you guys? This was an absolute pleasure here on this Wednesday night.
Yeah, I do. I want to get back on once the Knicks are in trouble. Okay. Don't bring me on just because the Knicks are up 2-0. All right. And the Heat are down 1-0, potentially 2-0 tonight. Bring me on when the Knicks are down. All right. That's all I'm asking for. I just want to know when the Knicks are down. I want to be part of this conversation again. I want to see the faces. You know what I'm saying? The takes now.
You got it.
Tonight, plus 11.5. What you think?
I think the Heat cover. I think the Heat lose by maybe 7.
See it.
I think
it's Miami plus 11.
No, I alternate spread that motherfucker.
Oh, I was gonna say that's a big spread,
but I will say, I don't know. Playing in the Garden is hard, man.
That's not the Garden. That's not the Garden. That's
TD Garden.
TD. My bad.
Come on,
TD Garden.
TD. My bad.
All right. Jaime Gutierrez, an absolute pleasure.
Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate it. We always, talk basketball anytime because I'm ready.
Go Knicks.
I'm ready to. Let's go Knicks, baby.
Miami tonight, plus 11.5, Hank. You heard it.
What a pleasure. We'll see you boys next time, probably next Wednesday.
Peace.